Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing good. Today we got part 3 of the PK Eldlich. We went over the deck profile. In the second video we went over it and then deciding and going second part of it. And then now we're going to go to test hands, going first uninterrupted, just to show you what the deck really can do. And because that's just the easiest way to show test hands, we can't just assume something, obviously. So just shuffle on camera a bit there. Got the extra deck over here. A little bit weird camera angle, I'm sorry about that. Just limited by stretch of the screw, apparently, because it's weak as heck. Okay. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, we'll go ahead and draw, obviously. And reshuffle that real quick. And cut there. And just draw a random hand of 5 cards. Alright, so like I said, this is where Kamuchanite itself comes in, because you have your hand here, obviously, and Kamuchanite, you can normal summon the boots and then Kamuchanite, so you can still get into your rank 3. But once again, if Kamuchanite was a prosperity and you just banished 3, you would have been fine if you like banished your 6 too, so it's really just up to you. If you'd rather play the extender of prosperity. But like I said, going first, we got the perfect hand, because Eldlich itself sends it to grave. You'll send your Fogblade later for extension off of Boots or Eldlich himself, and Eldlich is going to send your Hakirio, so you'll still get the Conch and the Sanguine, so you'll be fine there. But starting it off, you're going to go ahead and normal summon out your Boots, chain the effect of Kamuchanite, and of course you're going to link 2 into your favorite card, Cherubini. Best PK card. It's not even PK. Cherubini's effect, will you go ahead and use it. We're sending to graveyard your copy of Graph. Graph go ahead and special summons out the Seer from the deck. If you're playing the adventure in here, I was confused at first. So the Burning Abyss destroy themselves if there's a card that's not Burning Abyss on the field. However, Cherubini protects the cards pointing to it, just like Splice, so that they won't be able to destroy themselves. So you can still get your Extend 3, and this will go ahead and immediately gets you into your Link 3, Bardiche. But the most important thing about this particular line of combo is that you trigger Seer's effect, and you go ahead and get your card out, right? And then we're going to go ahead and stop it here, just because you guys know. Well, we're going to continue, but actually go ahead and use Bardiche effect. Don't have any traps and graves, and that's the main reason why you want to save the Eldlich stuff for last, is because you want to be able to have no traps in your graveyard, so you can like send the Torn Scales here, and go ahead and set your Shade Brigandine. You're going to go ahead and set, activate it. You're going to go ahead and banish your Boots from the graveyard to special summon out your, to search and then chain Torn Scale to special summon. Torn Scale or the special summon will obviously search you out a Fogblade, because that's your only target. You're going to use Torn Scale, sending to the graveyard the Fogblade that you just added from your hand, so you got extension already. And you're going to go ahead and send to the graveyard your Cloak, since you have not used Boots yet. And move these up so you can see the banished. Here we're going to go ahead and use the effect of Cloak and Grave to special summon, or actually, sorry, you're going to go ahead and use the effect of Fogblade banishing itself to special summon here. Now, it seems like a waste, and it kind of is, but the main thing you want to do here is you want to just switch it so 28 becomes 29. I don't have another dice on me, so it gains 800 with Cloak, and then that protects it from like Sprite mainly, because they can't put up main boards. Then you're going to go ahead and X these here, and since the Fogblade would have banished it when I left the field, you're going to X these so that doesn't happen. Of course, you're just going to chain Torn Scale so it destroys, and then special summons both of them from the graveyard as level 4. Now, the cool thing here is that you just go ahead and Xyz 4 over here with your Time Thief Redoer. So the Time Thief Redoer gets the monster as well as the trap already. And then what we're going to do from here is we're going to go ahead and use Eldlich effect, sending these. Don't really need to get the Eldlich onto the board per se anymore, but it would help, especially here. So what I'm going to do though is just link 2 or link 3 into your unicorn, just because you need to link 3 on board, just due to how the hand was weird, and you needing your cloak engrave. Go ahead and use cloaks effect engrave, adding to hand your boots, and use boots effect the special. Send these to link 4 into Celine. And of course you just go ahead and set your conch, and then on the end phase you get Hakerios effect, and you got this thing. So a little bit weaker of a board here just because of how weird the hand was, but as you can see it's a little interesting. And then we're going to go ahead and run it going first again real quick. However, we're just going to change it to where if we'll like show you when you're going to get nib and how it's going to affect you and your plays, because that's the most important thing you have to worry about, is just how do you deal with being nibbed. So we're not going to do any side deck. We'll just go ahead and do it again real quick, and we're only going to do 2 test hands because I don't want to make this too long. Alright, gonna draw our hand, free extenders. We're cool. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and normal summon our best normal summon. We're gonna go ahead and then use the effective boots in our hand because we need the level 3. We'll just go ahead and use the torn scales now, sending this just to get in the graveyard because we don't need it in our hand. And we'll go ahead and send, if we need to, do it, our sorry, I need the, I apparently can't find it, your gloves, because gloves will banish itself to send your fog blade, and then you're just going to go ahead and set this, just because, link 2 into your Cherubini. Cherubini's effect will go ahead and activate, you'll use its effect, sending to the graveyard the Graph. Graph's effect, special summoning, link 3 into Bardish. Effect, chain effect of Seer, go ahead and special summon here. And now this is where you're like, oh, Mr. Rock has come to play. So here you get nibbed because this is your 5th and 6th summon. So once you get nibbed, you're kind of screwed. Once you don't have too much of a good setup, but we'll just kind of go through here. So we get nibbed, and we get a big, fancy, wancy token. Yes, I play Dragon Ball. If you want to see any content, let me know. But we got plays still, of course. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and activate this because we don't have any traps in the graveyard. Ban link 2. Just to get it over with. Just making sure we have it. So then if we look through our graveyard, we still have all the setup. So we're just going to go ahead and use the effect of, I don't know, Cloak. This card. We'll send to graveyard a copy of your Fog Blade. There's still one in hand. We're going to go ahead and chain the effect of Fog Blade. And we'll go ahead and special summon out your Bardish. So over here, right? And of course we'll go ahead and chain our effective Torn Scales. Torn torn scales. We already used its effect, sadly, but we still got stuff to do. Here, we're gonna go ahead and use Bardiche effect. Sending to graveyard your final Eldlich, or your final Fog, or your final Phantom card, and a Fog Blade. So you're not going to get the same... You see, we don't have any Eldlich cards, so this is just pure freaking PK. Which is what's cool. PK is consistent-ish. Knock on wood, I guess. So we have the Fog Blade in hand. We're going to go ahead and use your effect of Cloak in the graveyard. Banishing to add to hand a Phantom Knight that you want in rotation. Let's go ahead and add another Torn Scales. Or... because Boots is the best to have in rotation, because it adds. Even though you're going to be all out, it's just easy to have in rotation, I guess you could say. So we're going to go ahead and have our effect of Greaves activate, special summoning the PK from your hand, and then we get to go ahead and Xyz into your Break Sword, and you get the same combo with the Bardiche. Special summon them back. And then you're just switching sides, by the way. You go ahead and Xyz, sorry for that, over here into your Link 4, going first. Which is very, very convenient. And then here, you're going to go ahead and just link off the token for your Link Spider, just to get it out of the way. And yeah, so like, it's not the best board, obviously, but it's something. Gonna link into your Masquerena, and you're gonna set your Fog Blade. So once again, through Nib, you still set up a pretty decent board, and this is not including the Eldlich cards. If you had the Eldlich cards, you would have another body on board still, plus the IP, since you would have just summoned the Eldlich, link into IP, and still have your boots on the floor or on the field. And then you could have, which is really good, is you can just link into IP, and then once you summon the Eldlich on their turn, you just IP into Selene. So you still get the same board, just you have to go through IP, so it's technically better since they are immune from card destruction, obviously. So, anyways, I hope you guys learned something from the test hands. If not, I hope you found it interesting. I think the Eldlich thing's interesting to run in here. I didn't really get to show it off too well, sadly. But I feel like it'll serve us well, and once again, we'll have part 4 up tomorrow after the locals. And maybe we'll switch to something new. I'm trying to build Sprite, but as you guys already know from the previous video, I don't really have any money. So if you have any ideas to mix with PK or anything else, just let me know. Have a good night, guys.